Guys, so today's video is going to be a story time, which it's been a few months since I've done one. I'm going to have a whole playlist of all of my story time videos down below. Today is going to be an interesting one, but before I get into it, I feel like I need to put a disclaimer for the people that are going to be included in this video. I am not going to be using their real names. I'm going to be using the name Nick and the name Taylor. Nick and Taylor, okay? I don't know where to start. 4 years ago, I had met Nick online on Facebook, and it was a relationship started from that. So we had a long distance relationship going. I would go up there and see him and stay there for like weeks to like a month at a time. Everything was good. Like, this person was my absolute first love, hands down was my first love, and that's something that I don't necessarily regret. It molded me into the person that I am today. Nick lived 5 hours away from me, and to break it down for you guys, it got really hard for Nick, and Nick ended up leaving me for Taylor. But throughout their whole entire like 3-year relationship, he was talking to me, telling me he was going to leave her and get back with me, which makes me look stupid, but I was just so dumb and in love, and I just wanted to have that relationship back and not have to start over with somebody else, because that's always scary. But now I'm in a great relationship and I'm very happy, and yeah. I don't know if Taylor knew that he was talking to me the whole entire time that they were together, but there was periods of time where we wouldn't talk for like weeks or months, and then one of us would cave and contact each other. It was January of 2015, because I remember New Year's Day was like the last time I talked to him, and I didn't speak to him all the way until May, until I got a random call from a number which ended up being his mom's cell phone, because I had his number blocked so he couldn't call me. So he ended up calling me from there to tell me like news that he was really excited about. When he called me, I was out with my friend Eileen, and we were getting frozen yogurt, and I was like, let me call you when I get home. So I called him back, and he told me what he had to tell me. He was immediately saying he wanted to get back with him. Like, okay, him and Taylor finally broke up, like it's over and done with, like finally, because it was constantly back and forth. I'm gonna break up with Taylor, I want to be with you, I don't love her, I love you, all this back and forth. And he came out and told me, I am still with Taylor, and I don't want to be, but I feel like I'm stuck because I owe her money, and I'm not like that type of person, so I'm going to pay her back, and then I'm going to leave her. I want to be with you. I want you to move up here with me. And I jokingly said to him, I was like, I would think you guys would be like married by now, because you guys have been together for so long. He was like, oh my god, no, she's insane, and just like talking so much crap about her to me while we were on the phone. So I'm like, okay, all right, let's see how this goes. My anxiety normally makes me push people away, especially him, just because I knew deep down like we couldn't be together, but I tried so hard because I wanted to be with him. My anxiety, it wouldn't allow me to talk to him for more than a couple of days before it was just overwhelming, and I had to cut ties completely. And that's normally how it went, because I was hurt. I was getting a feeling, I was like, you can't be doing this, and I was like, I need you to call me, please call me. And he's like, I can't call you. She's here, they live together, can't do it. And I was like, well, if you can't be here for me, then see ya. After that, that's how we stopped talking, and we didn't talk from May to November, and I was the one that caved this time. I was thinking about him, and I was like, okay, let me just text him and see how he's doing. And so I texted him, assuming he had my number blocked, but he didn't. So I texted him, and I was like, hi, just want to see how you're doing. We started talking again, and this was again for just a little while, and he ended up pushing me away because I guess they were having problems. Long story short, they ended up breaking up. So once they broke up, I wish I could explain how I felt, but it's so confusing, and what he put me through was so messed up, and it was just so confusing, and I don't know what was going on in his head, and he just couldn't open up to me anymore after this girl, because apparently something that he told me was that Taylor used to tell him, oh no, you can't feel that way, so he wouldn't tell me how he felt because he was afraid that I was gonna be like, oh, that's wrong, you're not supposed to feel that way. But when I'm the most open and like understanding person, like, tell me how you feel. They ended on rough terms because she ended up leaving him for another guy, which is karma. He'd been wanting to break up with Taylor for a really long time, but he just wouldn't, and I didn't understand why. And I just like, I couldn't put my my finger on it. Why is this such a project? Like, if you are unhappy, you have somebody here who wants to be with you and that you supposedly want to be with. What is stopping you? It took him telling me that her eyebrows were horrible. So he told me to look up her Instagram, and so I searched her Instagram and I'm looking and I'm like, okay, look, her eyebrows really aren't that bad, but okay. I'm looking at her Instagram and I was like, let me go creep a little bit. So I'm scrolling down and I just click on a picture of a magazine and I read the caption and it says, I have the best fiance. Wait, fiance? If I feel a certain way and I see something like that upsets me, you're gonna know about it. Like, I'm going to tell you immediately. And I straight up asked him, so were you guys engaged? And he was like, yeah, we were. And I said, why didn't you tell me? And he responded, I didn't think it was important. What are you talking about? You don't think it was important? That post that she made was around the time when he was like, I'm stuck, I owe her money. No, you weren't stuck because you owed her money. You were stuck because you guys were engaged. He proceeded to tell me that he didn't even get on one knee and ask her. She kind of like initiated that they were gonna get married. I don't know if I believe that really at all. If you don't want to marry somebody, you don't want to marry somebody. You don't just marry somebody because one person wants to. It's got to be like you know, a both party agreement. So basically I was talking to him and he was engaged and I had no idea he was gonna leave his fiance to get back with me that he left me for, but he ended up wanting to be with me after all. So I'm very happy that I went with my gut instinct and stopped talking to him. And then obviously when I started talking to him, they weren't engaged anymore, which doesn't make it any better because he completely lied about it. And also, another thing he lied about, he had a Mickey Mouse tattoo on his wrist with a date. And I saw the tattoo in one of his pictures, and so I asked him about it, and I already knew that it was, I mean, it had like what it had to have been. He told me it was for his nephew's first Christmas, like, which makes absolutely no sense. I didn't question it. I know you're lying to me, so hopefully one day you'll just tell me the truth one time. And I don't know how long we've known each other, maybe once you could tell me the truth. Later on, ended up being like, Paige, I need to tell you something. I was like, what, Nick? What do you need to tell me? The tattoo on my wrist, yeah, that's a matching tattoo with Taylor. She has a mini tattoo and with the date, but that's why I'm getting it covered up. We got this whole new piece and he covered up that tattoo. You guys were engaged. The fact that you guys got a tattoo together isn't shocking to me anymore. I really don't hate Nick. I don't think I really ever could hate Nick. I have no contact with him. I'm completely 100%, 110, 120% okay with that because I'm extremely happy right now with my relationship and my boyfriend. I'm extremely lucky to have somebody who doesn't live 5 hours away, who doesn't lie to me, and who isn't engaged behind my back. This was a crazy story. I feel like I'm going to have a lot more stories about my past relationship, a lot of story time videos. I have a lot more stories like me trying to go up there and save our relationship 2 times. So if you guys want to see those videos, make sure you give this video a thumbs up. Girls know. Girls will find out everything. Do not underestimate us because we find out everything. Moral of the story. And make sure the person that you are talking to is not secretly engaged and has a fiance, because that's just weird. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. I would love to have you around. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video.
To break me down like I would hit the ground. Don't hear the hate, don't care about